Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Honor to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. My utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. Hello, Dhamma friends. Welcome to Monk Chat today. And so, every monk chat, I think, is more popular with the Buddhist Insights community, with the Empty Cloud Monastery resident monks. And you must have been so much benefited by the monk chat so far. And I would like to also help in my capacity in whichever way I can to help you if you have any questions. Maybe we will start with our live audience here. They do have some questions until we get some questions from people online. I think as traditional way, I would also like to welcome those people who are already online. Dhamma Learner, Yankee Apple, Ashin Visuddhananda, and also in the morning actually I'm very sorry, I made a mistake. We kind of messed up. And also I can see John Bass, Kumu, and all the other people who are joining. All of you are very welcome to our monk chat. Time to post your questions and then I will answer. Until then, I'd like to turn to our live audience.
Bhante, and Sangha Vedana, the homage to the Sangha, where it goes Yadiyam Chattari Purisikani Yatta Purisa Purgala,
Yes.
where it talks about the 4 pairs of persons and the 8 kinds of individuals. Can you explain what are they?
Yes. So when we pay homage to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, we especially use these 3 stanzas. They should be learned by heart by every Buddhist, especially the Theravada tradition. So in that particular stanza, Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, Samichi Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho. These are the 4 kinds of qualifications that the monks, Mahasangha, have. The Savaka Sangha, the disciples of the Blessed One, they have these qualities. And then there are Attapurisa Puggala, 8 kinds of noble persons are there. Ariya Puggalas. They are called Ariya Puggalas. Ariya Puggala, one can become Ariya Puggala only when you become Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, or Arahanta. So how do they become 8? By Magga and Phala. So Sotapanna, the stream enterer, fruition, is Sotapanna Magga person, okay, path. And there is a subtle difference between the path and the fruition, what we call Magga and Phala. So the person who attains Sotapanna Magga and Sotapanna Phala, he or she is already an Arya Puggala. Okay, so Sakadagami Magga Phala, Anagami Magga Phala, Arahanta Magga Phala, that way they are 8 in number. They are called Atta Purisa Puggala. So when we pay respect to the noble Mahasangha, they can all be included. So there are some other monks and nuns who practice the Mahasangha, the community who practice the Dhamma. They are still on the way, and they are called Anariya. They are yet to attain the nobility of the Mahasangha, the Arya status. So until you attain that Sotapanna Maggaphala, you are still not Arya. So they are called Arya Puggalas.
Is this the same as the Arya Stanga?
Arya Atthangika Magga, it's
Arya-
different. So Noble Eightfold Path is different. Noble Eightfold Path means you have Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. This is the path to the liberation. Path. So the first truth is called Dukkha Satya, the truth of suffering. And the second truth is called the cause of the truth of suffering. That is the Samudaya Satya. That is actually the different kinds of cravings we have. And then Nirodha Satya means the cessation of suffering. So we have the truth of suffering, we have the cause of suffering, and then the third truth is the cessation of suffering, Nirodha Satya. Fourth one is the path leading to the cessation of suffering. That is the Noble Eightfold Path. Those are the Noble Eightfold Path. Samma Ditti, right view, Samma Sankappa, right thought, Samma Kammanta, right action, and Samma Ajiva, right livelihood, Samma Vacha, right words, right speech, and then Samma Kammanta, and then Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayama, right effort, Samma Sati, right mindfulness, Samma Samadhi, right concentration. So this is the path to the cessation of suffering.
So this is more like attainment of certain levels of jnana, and the Eightfold.
You see, the Noble Eightfold Path is further categorized into three: Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Sila, the morality, the virtues. And I know there is a little subtle difference between morality and virtues. So Samadhi is the concentration. Sila is the very foundation of your verbal and bodily restraint. How you conduct your own morality, your own moral conduct with your um, right bodily actions and right verbal actions. So when you get rid of the um, killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct, you have uh, an opportunity to practice the Samma, what do you call, the bodily right action. And then it should also be coupled with Samma Vacha, that is to get rid of the false speech, Musavada, and to get rid of to avoid the harsh speech, that is the, what do you call, um, Musavada, and Parusavacha. Pisuna is slandering, and then Sampapalapa is the frivolous speech or useless speech, idle speech that we do. That is called Sampapalapa. So we have to get rid of these verbal and bodily misdeeds in order to practice the Sila. And then we can go to, remember in the Noble Eightfold Path, the first one is Sammaditthi and Samma Sankappa. They are actually more into Panya or wisdom. Very interesting why it is given as the first steps, because it's also very important for us. We need to have the right view. You need to have the right navigation. If the navigation is wrong, all what you do can be wrong. So all the Noble Eightfold Paths, although they have Sila Samadhi Panya or morality, and concentration and wisdom. Morality is important for you to, like verbal and bodily restraint is very important for you to go to the concentration level. When you are restrained bodily and verbally, you can easily go to bodily and mentally calmness and peace. Okay, that restlessness comes down when we practice anapanasati, for example. We see how when we practice, we go down, we feel like calm bodily and mentally. And then it is easier when you are in the concentration level, then you can actually generate the wisdom. So do not take decisions when you are panic. Do not take decisions when you are restless. Take your time, calm down, cool down, and then it's easier for you to take the right decisions. Always take time. Always calm down before taking a decision. When you are angry, when you are sad, when you are upset, don't take decisions. Even in day-to-day life, if you are doing business, don't take rash decisions suddenly. Take your time, think, and maybe when you are calm, bodily and mentally, you can take the right decision. Beautiful thing about meditating is when you keep meditating, thinking of those things, the right decisions will come to you. You will see, oh, I took the right decision. I said the right thing. When I had an argument with my employees, I said the right thing. I feel happy about that because you keep calm yourself bodily, mentally, and that way you can take the right decision. So, Samma Samadhi is a really, this is actually another level, definitely. But in day to day life, also, we need to make it happen. So, mundane Samadhi is also important for you to go to supramundane Samadhi. Without that, you can go there too, right? So, when you keep practicing that, eventually you will also get the other Samadhi as well. And then Panya, the right wisdom will come to you. That will appear before you when you are calm, when you are concentrated, when you are focused.
Sometimes when I come for retreats, I bring conflicts or problems that I haven't resolved. Sometimes the third day, fourth day, the resolution comes so clearly,
Yeah.
and the problem solving happens before.
Mm.
Suddenly, in my meditation, I get an answer
Yes,
of a problem that I carried with me.
that's very true. Like that is why you should not take decisions before. True, you go to a meditation retreat with some of the baggage with you, right? And then when you go back, you travel light. When you come, actually, you bring some heavy luggage with you. When you go back, you should be able to go light-hearted, with luggage physically and also light-hearted. That's right. It should be the case when you practice meditation. Those questions will be sorted out for sure. So that means we would like to invite our friends. If you are a leader, if you are a president or a leader, community leader, or a company director or CEO, you need meditation, right? I think some people go to golf, play golf, or they also need real good peaceful time. They can't just be hang around with other people making themselves so busy. You need to calm down so that only you can actually take the right decision. Let the other people do all those activities, but you as the leader have to be calm. You can have the restlessness all the time with you. Okay, so let me go to a question over here. Um, I hope I pronounced the name. Oh, this is an Indian friend. Manal Vyas Mehta. Dear Venerable, would you please help clarify, is the path to Nibbana only attained with the careful guidance of a teacher, or can one achieve this on their own? I would say depends on. Let's say if you are a really serious practitioner, you can find it on your own too. But if you have someone to help you, guide you, already with so much experience behind them, your path can be much easier, right? Let's say, like, you want to find something, you want to invent something, you have to start right from the beginning, everything by yourself. But if you already have someone who has already done some investigation into that, you read the books about those, that wisdom, that wisdom can be much more helpful for you. Like those people who are doctoral degrees or further profound deep researchers, they read the books of others. That means they read the others' wisdom. So when you read the others' wisdom, it is much more helpful for you. If you do it all by yourself, it is possible. I don't say no, but it is a long way. It is definitely a long way. So, and also the world is so full of those wonderful Kalyana Mitra friends. Don't forget that. There are people, there are monks, there are nuns, there are other practitioners who are really good in certain subjects. So, reaching out to them is no harm. I think the Buddha also had said to us many a time, one of the shortcuts to Nibbana is to have Kalyana Mitra friends. Now, Kalyana Mitra friends can be those one of those Atta Purisa Puggaras, noble eight persons, but they can be really difficult to find. So try to find those people who are on the way, who are already knowledgeable, who already practice. If you find anyone when you are in the practice, I can guarantee you, you will find them. You will definitely find them. Keep working on your own spiritual path. Be good, do good, and practice your sila, practice your samadhi and panya, meditate. Then you will see those beautiful Kalyana Mitra friends appearing from every corner. You will see that you will be surrounded by them, you will be guided by them. So have faith in them. They will be there everywhere. Wherever you go, they are there. So keep practicing, and I hope you can find them too. And you need to have that wavelength matching too. Certain teachers maybe won't really work for you. So you need to find the right one for you, the one who understands you better, and the one who really can guide you. You can feel it. You should be smart, skillful enough to find the right teacher. That way, your spiritual path can be more uh, more clearer. All the best to you, Manar. I hope I answered you correct. And if you have any further follow up, you can ask me. We have another. I think Kumu. I think I have met her before online. So, dear Bhante, is it absolutely necessary to have a teacher? Okay, another same question. When one does Anapanasati meditation to get advice at various steps in what to do next based on what we experience, yeah, then again, you see the suttas have signposts. Suttas do not have everything A to C. I don't think so. So the commentarians also try to explain. There are like just like when you drive on the freeway, you see some signs, right? Okay, like from here to New York, if you drive, you can see on the way many signs of different cities, different exits. You can see them. So in between, you don't know. There can be other things that might distract you. But when you keep practicing, same thing, you will see those signs in between. You will see the light, maybe you will see the certain like Patibhaga Nimitta, and you will see Upachara Nimitta, and all those signs you will see on the way. And some of them don't even know what to do. Sometimes when they get so much light, they get scared. Sometimes when they feel like so happy, they think they have already attained Nibbana. So this can also be a case even for a practitioner. And in this Anapanasati practice, I think this morning I talked about Kayagata Sati Sutta, where I explained like just the distance between the nostril and the upper lip is just 1 inch or so. And look at the distance we cover up. Look at the investigation that we can explore throughout our lifetime. So those monks, those practitioners already have experience in so many ways. Maybe some of those experience can be really helpful to you, but not necessarily. Because certain practices, certain teaching ways can be applied to you and some not necessarily. But it is no harm trying. You keep trying and then you might find, oh, it works for me. So if it works for you, you can go ahead and practice. For example, I know like in Pa Auk method, they focus about the nostril and the upper lip. And in the Mahasi method, they focus on the belly movement. So different ways, but it works for some, doesn't work for others. So you have to find, and those advices can be helpful too. Even Visuddhimagga may be very helpful to many people because Visuddhimagga is one of the most comprehensive treatises where so much information about the meditation practice is given. So much information. That is a tremendous treatise. You can read Patisambhidamagga, you can read Abhidhammata Sangha, you can read Visuddhimagga. You can also meet some real-time meditation practitioners from different seasons, different periods, different countries, different regions. You see them, you meet them, experience is different. Let's say you talk to a monk or a bhikkhuni or bhikkhu in Asia, their knowledge, their experience definitely is different from the people who practice here because that culture is different. So probably if you talk to them, you might not even understand some of the concepts. But if you are a person in the Western region, you probably can talk to some of those practitioners who are here too, because they know the idiom, they know the language to communicate with you better. But remember, don't forget some of the great teachers like Ajahn Chah, Pao Sayadaw, Mahasi Sayadaw, and also Goenkaji. They are so wonderful teachers from all the way from Asia. So their teachings can benefit so much. Remember, also go with the teaching of the Buddha by reading the suttas and matching your own practice, and also try to apply those teachings to your own practice. That can be helpful. I hope it was helpful. Yeah, experience is different and experience is helpful. Dhamma learners, during meditation, I have stray thoughts that carry me away. Then I catch myself not being focused on my breathing. Sometimes I say to myself, stay focused. Am I causing more thoughts? I am confused. I think all of us have this monkey mind. Everyone has one way or the other different mental. It is difficult to tie the mind. Mind is like infinite. Mind is abstract. You can really catch it. If it is like a wild buffalo, you could somehow tie it and then wild buffalo will struggle to get rid of it, but eventually the wild buffalo will be tamed when you don't give food. If you tie it for a while, and when he is tired, he will lie down. And that's how many people tame the animals, right? Wild animals. So eventually they will listen to you. I think the same way the mind. But remember, taming the mind is so different and so difficult. And that is why at the beginning, we just listen to the mind. We just observe the mind. The Buddha said, Rasangva asasanto rasang asasami iti pajanati. So just focus. Just digangva asasanto digang asasami iti pajanati. So you just observe. So sato asasati. So sato pasasati. In with mindfulness, you breathe in. With mindfulness, you breathe out. So this is the practice you do. When you breathe in and out, it is just a normal, regular, original breathing. And then you observe it. You're breathing. You don't change. You don't monitor. You don't control it. Just let it happen and focus and observe it. Same thing with the mind. So when you are, let's say, like you are angry, don't try to stop it. I don't think it's a good idea. Just observing that you are angry can be very helpful. I'm telling you, this is a really, really important practice for all of you. If you are sad, close your eyes and take a long, deep breath and read your thought. Read your mind. Oh, I am sad now. My heart is shaking. My body is very weak. My brain is confused. What's happening to me because of the sadness? You can see the bodily reactions to you when you are sad. You can see bodily reactions to you when you are angry. Just read that. Just read the thought. Yet just read the connection, reaction of your body and mind. I think just reading this one should be the case at the beginning. At the beginning, it should be the case. Later, when you are an advanced practitioner, you can definitely control. When the anger comes, you can say no. That happens when you are an advanced practitioner. You cannot say no if you are a beginner. Don't even try that, because the more you try, the more difficult it could become. That is why even in practicing meditation, don't try so seriously and so intensely in a short time. It should be a smooth ride. I would say daily practice five precepts, and then once a month practice eight precepts. Easy. And then once in a while, like once a year or twice a year, go for a 10 days retreat. That way you will see your spiritual practice is little more smoother, and you will settle easily onto your practice. Some people practice out of curiosity or whatever, enthusiasm. They practice intensely right away. Then I have seen some repercussions, negative repercussions in them too, and they don't know how to cope up with that. So let's say, like you go to a retreat center and you practice there, and when you go home, you can practice like a retreat, like in a retreat center. You have to be just like a normal person, but that doesn't mean you do all the wrong things. You are mindful with your practice. You should be different. You should be more compassionate. You should be more patient. You should be more understanding. Also, you are more able to focus better on your work. That way you can be effective. You can be efficient in your work. So same thing when the mind, if it doesn't stay focused, It's okay. You just think, oh, my mind doesn't stay focused. My mind goes to the past experience. My mind goes to the future experience. You can observe it. And eventually you will see the mind becomes more friendly and easier to handle. That is the way, the natural way. Long way, but it is possible with your constant practice. All right, Julie has another question. What advice, if any, did the Buddha give for hearing colleagues' judgment of others and their harsh speech towards others, especially if we have no choice but to hear it? Okay. My short advice, it's okay. I'm okay. May they be well, happy, healthy. This is my short mantra to all those people who have this kind of external negativity coming into you. And remember, when someone else is doing a bad karma, that is their karma, not yours. But the moment you react to that, you are a part of that bad karma too. You can escape that. Be very careful when you have harsh words or gossip with your colleagues. Whenever it happens, either you should be able to avoid it, or you should be able to help them stop it. If you can do it as a good kalyana with the friends. But I also noticed there are some people who don't want to listen to you. Even though you have the good intention, maybe it doesn't work if you try to stop. So if you can stop, so much the better for them and also for yourself. If you can do that, you have to maybe avoid such situations. If you cannot physically avoid such situations, you need to train yourself mentally not to react to such situations. This is also very important. Let's say like husband wife argue. So either you have to run away from that or you have to stay there, right? Sometimes running away is good, but sometimes running away can also cause more aggressiveness with each other, and they don't find solution unless you find you meet to each other later on to discuss more. And so I think when you are seeing such situations in your colleagues, co-works, or wherever you are, even in family, if you see such situations, you need to train yourself not to react to such situations negatively. You need to be very mindful, extra mindful in such situations, so that you can actually stay calm. I know it is difficult, it is very challenging, but it is not impossible, it is possible. And whenever some people say something that is not really good, it can happen even in temple communities. Okay, even some people, when they gather at the temples, there can be some cases where people just talk about a lot of gossip, right? Yeah, a lot of gossip can be there. In that case, please be smart, please be wise, because you go to the temple to have some positive energy, not negative energy. So when you go out of the temple, you should have that positivity in you. So I would say, whenever you see such situations, please say, it's okay. It's okay means that person, it is that person's karma, not mine. Look into yourself and see if you have reacted negatively. You see, I am okay. I have not been infected badly. And then you should be happy that you have not been infected badly. And then you can go one step further, advanced practice. May he be well, happy, healthy. May she be well, happy, healthy. If there is a group of people doing the same mistake, same wrong thing that you don't like, may they be well, happy, healthy. I think this way, at least, you can save yourself. You have a question?
Yeah, just a follow-up. In a situation like that, if someone's angry at you or someone's saying something negative, can you practice empathy so that you create the true love for even the person who's angry
Hmm.
at that time?
Yes, you cannot be angry, because if you are angry already you pollute yourself, right? So you need to have that compassion, loving kindness towards that person, because of that person's own negative energy. So that person is creating a bad karma. She or he is creating a bad karma. Then you have to be careful not to be a part of that. This is why we are in the sansara actually. Why, when we see someone doing something wrong, you become a part of it, especially with the negative things. If there is a fight, you also want to fight with them. And now, recently, I saw um, there were people. I think it happened in Sri Lanka. There were young children playing cricket. It's a famous game in Sri Lanka. So they were playing on the road. It's a part of their habit. A lot of people do that, like roadside playing, and then suddenly ball hit a window and the window was broken. And then there was the people over there. They took a weapon, and they start fighting, and somebody died or something. And there was a huge hullabaloo, lots of people involved, everyone was angry, everyone was fighting with each other. So much destruction, catastrophe. So we have to be really careful. See, what is the root cause? Just because of breaking a glass. You are breaking someone's life. What is the point, right? So the thing is like sudden impromptu action of the mara. You are like prompted by mara to act there, and you enjoy. Some people really waiting for such situations. They really wait for such situations to react physically, verbally, mentally. So in that case, if you can physically intervene to separate them, so much the better. If you are stronger, if you have that leadership, if you can do that, so much the better. If you can verbally, if you are a good orator, if you are a good leader, maybe you can talk to them. Calm down. You're not going to fight. Just look at this, and you are a good leader. You can calm them down too. If you are not physically or verbally, you're not able to help them, you can do it mentally. May they be well, happy, healthy. May they calm down. I wish they calm down, you know. And seriously, honestly, sincerely, maybe if you do that, you can be even more stronger, more effective, more efficient, more powerful than the other people. Mind power is more important. Depends on your practice. So there are cases like we see sometime, like in the plains, people panic, they fight, and everything becomes mess. Sometimes in the big shopping malls, people fight. In the schools, children fight, and they mm, kill each other, they fight each other. Many unfortunate things happen. So we have to be very careful to not be in part of such situations. Okay. Yeah, be kind to others. Okay, let's see what Julie has to say here. Bhante, how many monks reside at Empty Cloud Monastery? Is this your monastery as well? Oh, good question. We have, I think, permanent 3 resident monks. Aya, Soma, Bhante, Sudaso, and also we have as recently ordained wonderful monk here, Mettico, Ayasma Mettico. So they are the permanent resident monks, and we have so many visiting monks, visiting bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. In my case, wherever I go, it is my temple. Wherever I go, this is my monastery. And so, yeah, this is my monastery now, right now. Okay, and then um, Anjan Ray, another Indian friend. In Meghiya Sutta, the Buddha asked Meghiya to stay with him instead of striving. Was he telling Meghiya that caring for him was his first duty with more spiritual benefits than singular striving? Um, I unfortunately I have to actually read the sutta first. I don't remember the content right now, so I can give you the right answer for now. Hopefully, in future, I will take a look at the sutta and answer you better. If not, I think I might not do the justice to this answer. Thank you anyway, Anjan. You gave me a topic to for a Dhamma talk. Dharma learner, I lose my composure when being on hold waiting for a customer service person. I see myself turning into a lunatic, but it's always after I become enraged. I'm not happy with myself. So one of the good things in you is you recognize it. I think many people don't even recognize it. They try to justify. Okay, I get angry. It is okay. I do the right thing by getting angry. But at least you are not happy with your anger. You are not really happy with your impatience. Now you have the opportunity to rectify your mistake. First step is that we need to recognize our mistake. Only if I recognize my mistake, I have the opportunity to rectify that, correct that mistake. So I am very happy that you understand it. So it is time for you to find some steps, find some ways to be more calm. You say here, I lose my composure when being on hold, waiting for a customer service person. So I think I know it happens here, right? You you dial a number and wait for hours and hours. So I would suggest like you do that and maybe um, keep it on speaker mode and just do something else. Maybe clean your house or whatever. Do something.
Read some suttas.
Read some suttas, yeah, if possible. Read some suttas or do something else so that you don't feel like mm, it's not really bothering anymore. So these are actually very important things for you to learn. If due to some reason, if you get angry, it's not helping you. It's not helping you because you are angry. It's really your own fault, not their fault. And I see myself turning into lunatic, but I'm always after I become enraged. I'm not happy with myself. Now you see, you can do something else, I think, to avoid that situation. I think everyone in the country is like that because after the pandemic, it was more and more, right? Waiting has become indefinite, ever so. And sometimes I think you can leave your number, right? That's also a possibility, but it doesn't work too sometimes. Yeah, I hope you the best. So maybe practice metta. Listen to that person and may he be well, happy, healthy. May she be well, happy, healthy. May someone pick up the phone. Practice meditation. Yeah, not getting angry. I think if you can do that, when you are panic and you are angry, please don't do that. Maybe, okay, I'm going to practice meditation now, and then you go for customer care. I think that will also work. Rick Thorne asks, Bhante, how can we cultivate the 7 factors of awakening in meditation and in daily life? So, Bojjhanga Dhammas are very, very powerful practices. The first thing is sati, the mindfulness. Sati, Dhamma Vichaya, Virya, Piti, Passaddhi, Samadhi, Upekka. These are the 7 Bojjhanga Dhammas. In 3 Bojjhanga Suttas, the Mahakassapa Thera Bojjhanga, Mahamoggallana Thera Bojjhanga, Mahachunda Thera Bojjhanga, these 7 factors of enlightenment are read. Actually, when some monks were not well, one time Venerable Mahakassapa was not well, and the Blessed One went there. I really feel so touched by some of these actions by the Buddha. It's amazing how he is so wonderful as a spiritual master. He knows his disciples. So when they are in trouble, he goes there in person. In the wilderness, remember, they didn't have telephone calls. They didn't have emails. They don't have WhatsApp, Facebook, nothing. So everything in the mind. So the Blessed One knows his disciples. That is also why you need to go to a teacher. You need to take the meditation subject from them, and then you go to practice and you say you are going there. If you go to some place, destination, you inform your teacher first, and then you practice. And in while practicing meditation, Venerable Mahakassapa was a very powerful monk, already an enlightened being, a very powerful monk. And then he became very sick. So the Blessed One approached to him in the Pipali cave, and then he was asking, shared the greetings with Venerable Mahakassapa. He asked, "How are you doing?" He said, "I am really, really suffering. It's excruciating, the pain, physical pain." And then the Buddha recited the 7 factors of enlightenment. Sati, mindfulness; Dhamma Vichaya, investigation into the Dhamma; and Virya, effort; and Piti, rapture; and Passaddhi, the calming nature; and then Samadhi, concentration; and Upekka, equanimity. So these are the 7 factors of enlightenment that the Buddha recited. It is said after hearing that, Venerable Mahakassapa got well. That's amazing how it happened. So the Buddha's amazing power of loving kindness, along with these powerful teachings, could heal them down. Certain suttas are really, really important. So this evening we were also chanting Girimananda Sutta, right? Girimananda Sutta was also about Ananda on the Giri. Giri is mountain. So this Venerable Ananda, who was practicing on the mountain, was called Girimananda, and he was sick. Venerable Ananda, the personal attendant of the Buddha, came to him, the Blessed One, asked if you could also reach out to Venerable Girimananda to bless him. And then the Buddha gave Venerable Ananda an advice. He taught the 10 sanyas, 10 perceptions. And after that, Venerable Ananda went there, taught the chanted this Girimananda Sutta, these 10 sanyas. Therefore, it is said Venerable Girimananda recovered from his pain. Certain suttas, recitations are also very important when you are sick. So Venerable Moggallana was also sick one day. And then the Buddha again went to him and again preached the 7 factors of enlightenment. One time the Blessed One himself was sick. He was also part of that. And then Venerable Mahachunda came to the Blessed One. The Blessed One asked Venerable Mahachunda to recite the 7 factors of enlightenment, Sattabojjhanga Dhammas. And it is said the Buddha himself recovered from the pain. That is why the monks they chant these suttas when someone is sick. So we used to chant some suttas. I remember recently someone asked me, um, mm, pet was sick. So I actually have chanted these suttas, three Bojjhanga suttas, in our Dhamma USA channel. So I sent the links for them to play. So even yeah, the animals can be healed. Who knows the power of the Buddha? So philosophically speaking, the Dhamma way, sati, the mindfulness, is very important to all of us. Even when the Mara comes to you, Mara tries to influence you, here's a chance for you to practice um, with mindfulness so that even the Mara cannot infiltrate your safety zone. Mindfulness is the first thing that we need to practice. And we have to be mindful. Like in Kayagata Sati Sutta this morning, we learned how important it is to be mindful with every action of your day to day life. What you say, what you do, even when you are silent, you have to be mindful. When you work, when you walk, when you talk, when you think, be mindful. It's really, really important. So the other factors also are important. I also like to recommend Rick. I have also given a Dhamma talk on Satta Bojjhanga Dhammas. Um, please check Dhamma USA YouTube channel. You can learn a little bit more about these 7 factors of enlightenment. So these things can be very helpful for daily life. Kumu asks, Bhante, is Ajiva Ashtamaka precepts is a good option for lay people to follow daily once one is comfortable keeping the 5 precepts. Ajiva Ashtamaka means lifetime you observe 8 precepts. Remember, lifetime you can practice 5 precepts, but lifetime practicing 8 precepts is not possible for everyone, right? I think you need to have that capacity to practice 8 precepts lifetime. So at the beginning, I strongly recommend you practice 5 precepts daily and very seriously think of the power of the 5 precepts. Like you don't kill anyone, you practice metta, loving kindness, you don't hurt anyone physically, mentally, even verbally, right? That's really powerful. And then you don't steal anything from others. It's really, really wonderful practice. And also practice, you don't practice sexual misconduct. You avoid sexual misconduct. If you are a family, you need to respect your family as well. So this is very, very important again. So the first thing is you respect others' life. Second thing is you respect others' property. Third thing is you respect others' family. Then your life, your property, your family also will be respected. And then the fourth one, you become truthful, you become sincere, you become honest. There are some cases where you have to keep quiet too, noble silent, because you might say something wrong if you say. So that way, I think you can keep quiet, noble silence, because it's not going to help. Sometimes you see it's not going to work. I also sometimes feel okay, there is no point arguing or no point trying to elaborate things because that doesn't go. So I think trying to keep quiet can be helpful until the right time comes, at least. Yeah, not to tell lies is very important. And then the fifth precept, taking drinks and drugs that cause intoxication or heedlessness. Again, if you can practice these 5 precepts, that itself will make you a very, very wonderful person. Really remarkable um, human being. So I strongly recommend you take these 5 precepts seriously and practice it every single day. And the more you read it out loud with the meaning can help you more. Register yourself more with the teaching of the Buddha. How these 5 precepts are connected to your own spiritual life is really, really amazing. The Buddha is said as Araha, right? Do you know the meaning of Araha? Araha is a person who has got rid of all the defilements, all defilements. And also Araha is, there is another meaning. Even in secret, the Buddha, the enlightened ones, do not do anything wrong. Even in secret. This is a really powerful statement. So you try to be like an arahant, at least somewhere close to that. If you can do it, so much the better. If you by mistake, by chance, if you make some mistake, try to rectify that, accept it. I did a mistake. I'm going to um, accept it. I'm going to rectify. I'm going to correct that mistake. You should be more determined this time. So like lay people, you might break precepts sometimes. So I don't actually recommend, okay, you keep breaking and so you can always observe. It's not the thing. If you break sometime due to some reason, due to some unavoidable circumstance, it could happen. Then you make more effort. Okay, I'm going to be more resolute this time to observe my precept. From morning to evening, you can try. And evening to morning, you can try to observe those 5 precepts. That way, you can actually practice better. And then, um, so daily following 5 precepts can be very helpful. But once in a while, like the full moon day. Full moon day is a very important day. Full moon can impact our personal life and also the world. You see how tidal waves are reacting due to full moon, and some plants, some flowers can also react due to full moon. Animals can react due to full moon. People, humans, emotions can also change due to full moon. So full moon days is a really important day. You need to practice on full moon day. Full moon day also is good for you to clear the darkness,
Hmm.
clear the darkness, a darkness of ignorance. Just like the sky is blooming and it is so clear because of the full moon, you feel so happy when you see the full moon. Similarly, inside you, the darkness will be gone when you have the aloka, the full moon in you. The Buddha, he himself attained enlightenment on a full moon day. Remember that. That was on a full moon day. So, full moon days are always very important. That is why in Sri Lanka, every full moon day is a public, bank, and mercantile holiday. So, people can practice 8 precepts. So I think once in a while, especially on a full moon day or somewhere close to that day, I recommend you practice 8 precepts. So continue to do that, like once a month, 8 precepts. It's okay. Now you are here, our wonderful residents here. They lay people. They practice 8 precepts, right? Once you are here, you can practice 8 precepts. It will be difficult for you to practice that every day. If possible, it's okay. Like as lay people also, if you are in a position to practice um, 8 precepts, I don't say no. You can practice it, but it should be a smooth process. It should not be um, right away. You need to have that. I hope, Kumu, I answered your question. We have another Dharma learner. I know I am wrong. How much bad karma I am creating. I feel I am creating more suffering for myself and the others I have upset. Being mindful when angry seems harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, like if you know you are angry, I think now you have a chance. I'm not going to be angry anymore. I'm trying to control my anger. I recognize my anger. That way I can ease out the pressure because the anger is so toxic. It kills you within, it burns you inside out. You see, when people are angry, look at their face, very dark, right? And scary when you are angry, and your whole body is shaking. You see now, the entire nervous system, your heart, your brain waves, they all change. You have to be very careful when you get angry. You might even suddenly you might even die due to heart attack or something. You can't bear it. Anger is a really, really powerful emotion that we have. Only the Sakadagami person can substantially suppress the anger, even then not completely. Yeah, Patiga. Sotapanna person can also be angry. He still has the Patiga. Patiga means anger. And Sakadagami person will substantially suppress. Yes, very minutely, subtly, still it is there. In Anagami level, non-returner level, he can get rid of those latent tendencies of anger as well. So I want to say why we need to be very mindful when you are angry. It's like having a gatekeeper. Sati or mindfulness is like a trained gatekeeper. When you have a trained gatekeeper, all the visitors who come to your office will go back without leaving anything harmful. If you don't have a gatekeeper, they might drop something harmful, leave something behind harmful to your office, your institute. Same thing with the mind. If you don't have mindfulness, watching, monitoring your thought, what happens? Anger comes, anger will not stay there, hopefully. Stay there for a while and go away. But the anger will leave something behind when it goes back. This is the danger. This is exactly why we need to have the mindfulness, watching you like a gatekeeper, carefully scanning everything what the incoming thoughts do. So when the mindful is watching, the anger will come and anger will go without leaving anything behind. But if you have anger coming without being watched, monitored, what happens? Anger comes, it kills you, it burns you, and go away eventually, but leaving something behind. That is called latent tendency. This is why it is called latent tendency. They're very difficult to get rid of them. Just like when we have some dirt, we can actually maybe dust it out, or we can just use water and get rid of it. And sometimes you need to have some detergent. Sometimes even then it doesn't go, right? You need to have special chemical to get rid of them. Just like that, the latent tendency will go deep into your memories. It will be there, not only waiting there, but also killing you. Some of the memories that you have, anger, for example, can pop up even after years. You can see that person suddenly after many years, and the hidden one, the latent one, suddenly pops up and react negatively. Imagine the burning, the killing nature of the anger. It's very dangerous. That is why we need to have trained mindfulness. Mindfulness training is very helpful. Practice anapana, practice loving kindness. That regular practice can actually help you more. Uh, Vese Kamalin, I hope I'm okay with the pronunciation. Maybe I'm not. How does a wise person cross the flood of birth, rebirth, decay, grief, and lament? That's actually a good question, but yeah, continuous. learning the Dhamma, continuous practicing meditation, listening to Dhamma talks, associating with wonderful Kalyana Mitta friends, and yeah, continuous effort, being mindful about your thoughts, about your actions, about your words, and also practicing Dana Sila Bhavana. All these things can be helpful to get rid of this samsara. Um, Prince Siddhartha, he saw these things. When he went out of his palace, one day he saw a sick person. Then he didn't know about much about that. He thought everyone is like happy and healthy, and he learned that not everyone is actually subject to sickness. And then another day he saw all person, everyone is subject to all decay. And then he saw another person like a dead body, and then everyone is subject to death. And then another day he saw an ascetic, a practitioner. Then he knew the path to get rid of those three: old age, decay, and death. That's how we call it four signs. We call it four signs. Satara Peranimiti in Sinhala. So these four nimittas, four signs, were the proximate reasons for him to actually leave, renounce. Of course, he was already determined to renounce, he was destined to renounce, but these were the proximate causes for him to renounce the mundane um, life. And so he renounced at the age of 29, and he kept practicing and eventually practiced middle path. So I would like to recommend Kamaleen, learn more Dhamma, practice more, and then hopefully you will also get rid of that. Yeah, I think if you learn also Paticca Samuppada, back and forth ways, right? We chanted the Kachanagata Sutta this morning. We saw how it was very effective way of um, practicing, and definitely we can get rid of we can go deep into the root cause and then get rid of that. That way we can also get rid of this sufferings. Okay, Anjan Ray, when I'm in pain, I write whatever comes to my mind and try to make sense of what is happening. This truly helps. How do I explain this beneficial effect of journaling from the Dhamma perspective? Anjan, I really like this idea. I also do have this thing for my meditation students. I recommend to have a spiritual journal. So you practice and you report, you note down your own experiences. And that, I think, immediately after the meditation, you need to write down those experiences. That will be really very good idea. Some of the experiences that you gain immediately after meditation, you normally don't get it in normal day-to-day life. So it's very important if you can do it, because it will help you, and maybe some other people also can be helped with that. So write the experience, your own practice, how you cope up with anger, jealousy, hatred, and delusion, and lust, all greed, all these defilements, how you cope up with that in your meditation. You will see better result, you will see better tactics. Yeah, this is very good. You keep writing, and hopefully these writings can be helpful to everyone around you. Thank you for sharing. Rick Thorne, thank you. Bhante, Sumitta, for sharing Dhamma teachings and your loving kindness. Okay, thank you. Question, Bhavani Chandrasekhar, what is meant by why? Oh, what is, I don't know. Can you please explain again? Maybe, I don't know, you meant What is meant by you or what is meant by why? Again, what is meant by Shraddha? Okay. I think in India, Shraddhanjali is a famous word. So some of the words that we use in day-to-day life not necessarily match with the Dhamma. Even in Sinhala language, we have some Dhamma words, but not necessarily they match with the Dhamma teaching. So Saddha is a very, very important concept in Buddha Dhamma. Saddha is confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and the teachings. So when you have Saddha, this is like the first step. This is very important for you to practice. If you are a practitioner, you need to have the conviction, you need to have the confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. You know that what I do can be helpful to me, is helpful to me. I know when I do this, I can generate a powerful good karma. When I practice generosity, dana, when I practice sila, when I practice bhavana, I can gain so much good energy. I can generate a very positive, powerful energy, and that way I can be a better person. And saddha also is coupled with panya. So saddha is helpful for you to attain the wisdom. So saddha is basically the confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Oh, Jayanta Fernando. Hi Bhante, can you explain difference between contemplation of the body meditation with example and concentration? Contemplation of the body and concentration. So uh, contemplate means you focus on something, right? Contemplate on Buddha, contemplate on breathing, contemplate on breath, and that is like your object of meditation. Concentration can happen when you keep meditation. So when you are bodily calm, when you are mentally calm, then it's everything so clear and peaceful that becomes your concentration. Okay, I hope it was. Oh wow, there's another one question, and maybe we can get back to our live audience. We also have some questions. I remember. Rick Thorne asked Bhante, how do we develop the ability to be content with just the basic requisites? The feeling of not enough causes me to feel driven to accomplish or acquire more and more. That is why we are in the samsara, right? We continue to yearn for more. Many people worry with what they don't have. They are not happy with what they do have right now. Actually, we have many things.
Mm.
We have many things, right? We are complete human beings. At least you can see, like compared to many other suffering beings, we are much better. And then we also have a shelter, we have food, we have accommodation. Um, at least we are much safer. We maybe many of you are also very healthy, you know. So you have maybe family, you have a job. If you compare those things, those achievements you have is really amazing. That's really amazing. And compared to many other people who don't have anything of these things. Some people live just like the sky is their shelter. That is their shelter. The Mother Earth is the floor. They don't have any other refuge, any other shelter. They just somehow, due to some reason, they don't have anyone. They don't have families. They don't have friends. They don't have any way to live. They really suffer. Compared to them, you have so much. Yes, we need to see that. In Karaniya Metta Sutta, also, I think the Buddha talks about this, how important it is for us to be happy with what we have, be content with what we have. And I think it is okay to do business. If you want to do business, it's okay. You can be a good businessman. You can be a millionaire, it's okay. But remember, all these achievements should not be occupied with wrong ways of earning and also greed. There are some lucky people in the world. Not everyone can do business, right? There are some people, when they are very smart, they can do that. I know we have some friends who are very good in that business. They are good. They know how to do things, and let them do it. Just like Anathapindika was a businessman. He was a big billionaire those days in India. He was also Sotapanna. He did it in the right way. He was kind to his employees. He was also very generous to everyone. That is why he was called Anathapindika. I think every businessman in the world should be like Anathapindika. They should read the story of Anathapindika. That way you can help so many people in the world who really need their help. Many, many hungry people in the world. There are many people who actually need more help than you ever imagine. I know, like in Sri Lanka, for example, due to this unfortunate situation in the past, it was declared bankrupt, and a lot of people suffer, children suffer, and a lot of families suffer. So people can help when they are in need of help. There are some people who could even contribute little by little to help others. So I think those who can afford to do good business, big business, may they do well, and may they be able to help other people who are in need of their support. So that is the idea when you become wealthier. Okay. And remember, if you are wealthy, if you have so much money and if you don't want to give anything to others, then there is something seriously wrong with your richness. Maybe you are wealthy, but you're not rich. You're not rich in your heart, right? There are some poor people, actually, they don't have much. But look at the way they, like, when they offer, when they practice generosity, they are amazing. They give the best thing to others. There are people like that. All right? Yeah. You have a question.
Oh, I was just going to ask, even building upon that, talking about the richness of the heart, if you could maybe speak about the importance of having that richness of the heart, the importance of making merit, but also the importance of sharing merit and giving merit to others. And I think someone related to that, the importance of the parittas.
Yes. So sharing merit, I think, is another really powerful practice among Buddhists. We really like to share merits. Whenever we do good thing, a good karma, we share that merit with everyone. There can be people who need our help. If you can physically help them, you definitely should do that. Let's say, like, for example, our parents or our departed ones, when they are alive, if someone is sick, we need to help them. If someone is sick, you have to help them in whatever way you can. And if you can also um, help you physically, verbally, mentally, do it, and don't wait. Okay, that can be a great opportunity for you, a blessing in disguise, actually. So when someone passes away, we do have very, very limited options. I must say, you will only see when such a beloved person of you pass away. Until then, you don't see that. We see people die every time, you feel sorry for them, and in a day or two, you forget, right? Maybe in hours' time, you don't even think of it. But if someone is so close to you, when that person, even a pet, when that person or pet passes away, the pain is excruciating. It's so difficult to replace, so difficult to recover from that pain. So we don't have a language to communicate. Can we call them? Let's say your mother passes away. Can you call them? Call her? No. Can you email? WhatsApp? Facebook? No. What can we do? Day and night you think and you suffer. You suffer, maybe like you feel like I couldn't do enough. I should have done this. So you regret. Maybe it can also make you even more suffer. So that is why the Buddha says when they are alive, you need to take care of them. Your parents, your siblings, your spouse, all those near and dear ones. You have to take care of them. And other people as well. If you can help, please help them. Please don't hesitate to help others. This is a really important thing. When someone passes away, only way to help them is to do some good karma and think of them and transfer merit to them. This is the only way we can do. According to Buddhism, when somebody passes away, there are some who can hang around us. In Tirukada Sutta, Buddha says how some of those passing away people, departed ones, hang around us. So when we go to temples, they think, oh, these people are going to transfer merit to me, so they might follow you. There can be, because there are cases like that. And if they clean your home, or if you wear some good clothes, or if you cook some good food, they think, oh, they are going to transfer merit to me, so they are waiting. And if you do it, they will be so happy. They will be so happy and they will actually bless you. Oh, my relatives, my friends are so kind to me. They have been thinking of me. They transferred merit to me. May they live long. May they be happy. Chiranjivantu no nyati, they say. May they live long. That's amazing. So their blessing, very important. Sometimes the other way around also can happen. Let's say like you have parties, they think, yeah, they are going to transfer merit to you. You're going to transfer merit to them and you don't do it. And they might get angry too. And then certain things go wrong, can happen. It may not be 100%. It may be the case. Sometimes, out of desperation, they might make you sick. They might even push you sometimes. Cause accidents. Could happen. And that is why whenever something goes wrong, practice dana. Think of the departed ones. Transfer merit to them. There can be a cause or case where those people are happier, those sentient beings are happier, and they might bless you more. And things will go better for you. Always practicing dana. Dana is giving food or something to someone. Maybe take care of some hospital patients. You can help them, and you can help some homeless people. You can help some Mahasangha members, monks, bhikkhus, bhikkhunis who are practicing. When you practice dana to them, that will also generate good karma. Remember, they always bless you. They bless you, even a homeless person. I remember when I came here first time when I offered something to a homeless person, that person said to me, God bless you. That is the first time I heard, God bless you. That is the best way he could bless me. So I felt really, really connected. I felt so happy. That person blessed me. In his own word, in his own true heart, he said that. So people say that, and that's a good blessing. That's really powerful. And if you practice more generosity, lots and lots of people will bless you, right? They will always bless you, appreciate your kindness and your generosity. And the other sentient beings also can be happier if you transfer merit to them. They will always be very, very appreciative of your kindness. So I seriously recommend practicing transferring merit. It's a very good thing. Whenever you go to temple, whenever you practice dana, think of the departed ones. Even if you help a homeless person, think of your departed one. May my departed father, mother, sibling, friend, relative, whosoever, may he or she or may they be well, happy, healthy. Just close your eyes, take moment of silence, think of them, and transfer merit to them. If they are lucky, they might receive the merit, right? We don't know. They might. There can be a case, a strong case, where they are happier with your merit. Okay? I think,
Thank you, Bhante.
yes.
Thank you for that.
Right. So with that, we conclude today. I think it is time for us to conclude, and I really appreciate everyone for so many questions, and we have a lot of people join today. And let's conclude today's monk chat. And I also would like to invite all of you to come to Empty Cloud Monastery whenever you have time. You can practice with us, and these monks are very kind and compassionate, and this place is a beautiful place for you to practice. And all of you, whenever you have time, from time to time, please come over and practice a week or two. That will help you more, and also take care of this monastery for the well-being and happiness of all of you. And you can also visit other monasteries around and take care of them. There are so many bhikkhus and bhikkhunis in this country already. You need to be in touch with them. May the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha be with you all. May you all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever you are. May all your family members, your wonderful parents, living parents, your siblings, your spouse, your children, please think of them all, your near and dear ones, your loved ones, your beloved relatives and friends. May they all be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all the departed ones of all of you, all of us, may they all receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all sentient beings in the lower realms, may all sentient beings in the heavenly realms, may all sentient beings in these human realms and other realms, may they all be well, happy, healthy, safe. May all of us be able to live our life peacefully, comfortably with good health. May all of us be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thinking thus, let's keep our palms together close to our heart and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Thank you and good night. See you later.